everyone, welcome back to our math class. In today's class we are going to discuss the story sums related to HCF and LCM. This means we are going to learn the application of LCM and HCF in our daily life. So in order to understand where you need to follow to find the LCM and where you need to find the HCF, I have given you few keywords to you to identify them. So let us go through each and every question given in your book, and I would like to suggest you all, when you are going through this video, please keep your book with you and go through each and every question when it is explained. So here I am starting with the first question. There are two types of cupcakes, 50 and 130 in numbers respectively. Now each type of cupcake are to be arranged in trays containing equal number of cupcakes. Find the largest number of cupcakes that can be put in each tray. Here you are having some cupcakes where one cake is in 50 and the other cake you have 130 cakes, and you have to arrange them in some trays where the trays contain equal number of cupcakes. Means arranged in trays containing equal number of cupcakes. Means you have to arrange in such a way that every tray should have equal number of cupcakes. This means equal distribution. So this is one of the most important keyword that you have to go through. Okay. As well, the other one is find the largest number of cupcakes. Largest number. Find the largest number of cupcakes that can be put in each tray. So whenever in any question that is related to HCF or LCM, you are given and you are asked to you are given a situation where you need to do or arrange them in equal groups, as well as you have to find the largest number of them, then you have to go for HCF. Finding HCF. You can find the solution by finding the HCF of the given numbers. So let us find HCF of 50 and 130. Do it by short division method. So both the numbers can be divisible by 2, 2 25s and 2 6s are 12, 2 5s are 10. Now further it can be divisible by 5, 5 5s are 25 and 5 13s is 65, and further it cannot be divisible, isn't it? Now the HCF of 50 and 130 is how much? 2 multiplied by 5. Right? That is 10. That is 10. This means, what is this 10? 10 is the largest number of cakes that can be put in each tray. So we can put maximum how many cupcakes in each tray? Therefore, you have to write this final statement. It is very important and it is compulsory to write in these type of sums. So therefore 10 cupcakes can be put in each tray. Right? So this is the way how we are going to solve the sum and identify first of all we'll identify how to solve, whether we need to find LCM or HCF to solve this one. So that identification can be done through some keywords present in the question. Okay. Now let us move to the next question. The next question we have, find the longest possible length of the stick which can be used to measure exactly. See, again we have a keyword, find the longest possible length. Underline it. The longest possible length is the keyword. So where we used to find the biggest, maximum, or the greatest, or the longest one. For this, in order to find the longest length, we have to find the HCF of the given sum. So children, So now we will discuss the third question. The third question we have, in a school, the first bell rings after every 30 minutes for primary section. The second bell rings after every 40 minutes for middle section, and the third bell rings after every 45 minutes for senior section. Now, if the school starts at 9 a.m. with a bell for all the sections, then when will the three bells ring together again after 9 a.m.? So children, if you will go through the keywords that I have sent you today, you will find under the LCM I have written few keywords such as repeated events, occurring in different intervals, and you are asked to find when it will occur again together. All this belongs to LCM. We can solve them through finding the LCM. So we have to find the least common multiple to get at what time this event is going to occur again at this for all these three. So here we are given the first bell rings in every 30 minutes, the second bell rings in every 40 minutes, and the third bell rings in every 45 minutes for different sections. Now we are required to find out after how many minutes all these bells will ring together. So for this, first of all, we have to find the LCM of 30, 60, 40 and 45. So 30, 40 and 45. Find the LCM by short division method only. All these three can be divisible by 5. 5 how many times? 6 is 30, 5 8 is 40, 5 9 is 45. As we are finding LCM, if any two of the numbers are divisible by any number, then you will continue. So here 6 and 9 can be divisible by 3, as well 6 and 8 can be divisible by 2. So let us divide it by 2. 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, and 9. Why I have carried 9 as it is? Because it is not divisible by 2. Now here in for the next step, 9 and 3 can be divisible. So it can be divisible by 3. 3 1s are 4 and 3 3s are 9. For the 4, 3 and 1, all these are co-prime numbers. So we will stop dividing, and now the LCM is equal to 5 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3. So let's do grouping for finding the product. 5 2s is 10, let it be kept separately. Now multiply this all. 3 3s are 9, 9 4s are 36. Isn't it? 36 multiplied by 10 is 360. Right. So we are given this 30, 40 and 45 in minutes. So we get the value in 360 minutes. Now tell me, 360 minutes if I will convert into hours. You convert into hours, because we cannot say that all the bells will ring together after 360 minutes. Let us convert into hours, then it will be very comfortable to write down and tell the time. So here 360, how can we convert any minutes to hours? We can convert minutes to hours by dividing it by 60. So 360 minutes, if you divide it by 60, then 66 is 360, then you will get 6 hours, because as we are converting into hours, when 360 minutes is divided by 60, the minutes will change to hours. So now all the bell has rang together at 9 a.m. So when all the bells will ring again together, they will ring again together after 6 hours. So what is the time after 6 hours? So 9, it is already 9. 9 plus 6 is 9 plus 6. How much? 15. So 15 means 15 hours means what? Now you have to recall the time that we have learnt in our previous class about the 12-hour time and the 24-hour time. The time that is which is present in hours is considered as the 24-hour time. So 15 hours is equal to 3 p.m. So let us find out. So all the bells will ring together after 9 a.m. at 9 a.m. plus 6 hours, that is equal to 15 hours, that is equal to 00 hours, or am or pm, 3 pm. Did you understand, children? We need to find after how many hours all these 3 bells are going to ring together. Already they have rang together when the classes started at the morning 9 a.m. Now we got that after 6 hours they will be ringing together. So 9 plus 6, the time after 6 hours from 9 a.m. is 9 plus 6 is 15 hours. 15 hours means when we are converting this 24-hour time into 12-hour time, then 15 minus 12 will give you 3. This means the time at which all the bells will ring together will be 3 p.m. Understood? The next question we have, 2 water tanks contain 240 liters and 360 liters of water respectively. Now, find the maximum capacity of the bucket that can empty both the tanks. Maximum capacity of the bucket that can empty both the tanks, exactly leaving no water in the tank. So what you will do, see, one of the keyword we have for finding or solving these questions, that is finding greater number or the maximum number that can divide exactly without leaving any remainder. So here also we have got the same type of question. You are asked to find the maximum capacity of the tank. Okay, find the maximum capacity of the bucket to which that can empty both the tanks without leaving any water in the tank. This means here you have to find the HCF of both the quantity of the 2 tanks, that is 240 and 360. You have to find the HCF of 240 and 360, and whatever the HCF you will get, that will be the maximum quantity or capacity of the bucket that can empty both the tanks without leaving any water in it. So this one is homework for you. The next question we have, some students have to stand in rows of either 15 or 20 or 25. Find the minimum number of students who can be splitted in rows of 15, 20 or 25. So when you are asked to find the least number, find the minimum number of students who can be splitted, means what is the minimum number of students who can be split into groups like 15, 20 and 25. So whenever you are given the word minimum, find the minimum number of students, underline it. That is your keyword to know or to identify that you will solve this sum and find your required minimum number of students who can be arranged or who can be stood in the rows of 15 or 20 or 25 be found by taking the LCM of these numbers. So children, you find the LCM of these 3 numbers, and whatever the number you get, that will be your minimum number of students who can be made stand in the rows of either 15, 20 or 25. Understood? You try these sums. Two sums I have done for you, and the rest you try, and even I will give you more sums to practice. So you try them, and whichever sums you will have doubts, we will definitely discuss in our live classes. Okay? Thank you.